breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
President Donald Trump has openly shared his disdain for the disrespectful, overpaid NFL athletes who protest our national anthem during their games. So, when a player decided to disrespect America once again, but this time, in Mexico City, Mexico, Trump didn't hesitate to fire back with two bold words that the player never saw coming. Marshawn Lynch of the Oakland Raiders isn't afraid to display his political beliefs on the field. In fact, at the team's most recent game against the New England Patriots in Mexico City, the openly anti-Trump player decided to take things to a whole new level of disrespect. Not only was he seen sitting during the Star-Spangled Banner, he then stood for Mexico's national anthem. Of course, he knew that what he was doing would cause an uproar, but he chose to do it anyway. However, Lynch never would have anticipated what President Donald Trump would do in response to put the entitled NFL brat in his place, and all it took was two bold words. Marshawn Lynch of the NFL's Oakland Raiders stands for the Mexican anthem and sits down to booze for our national anthem, Trump began in a tweet, as reported by Rare. However, with just two bold words he put Lynch in his place, great disrespect. Trump continued, next time NFL should suspend him for remainder of season. Attendance and ratings weighed down. It doesn't matter what side of the political aisle you lean towards. You don't disrespect the national anthem. If you do, you truly don't deserve to be in this country, reaping in the rewards and benefits a nation like ours offers, especially if you're making millions of dollars a year to play a few football games. Lynch may think that what he's doing is making a statement, but the only statement he's making is that he's an entitled, disrespectful, ignorant, millionaire thug. It would be one thing if he honestly believed Mexico is a better place than America, but I highly doubt he does, considering how much money he's earned for his simple and fun career here in America. Most people who saw what happened were left furious over what Lynch dared to do. Stand for our flag. Do not disrespect our country, our flag, our anthem, one social media user wrote, while another boldly declared, Marshawn Lynch is an American, making NFL money, and disrespecting the flag we all stand under with pride. Any NFL player not standing during anthem is a bust. White, black, whatever. It's one thing to protest in America, it's entirely another thing when you do it in another country, one that is so much worse than our own when it comes to the so-called cause these athletes are pretending to protest for. Mexico is far from a shining example of human rights. In fact, if Lynch is protesting alleged police brutality, perhaps he should have done a little research before sitting for our anthem while standing for Mexico's. A preliminary investigation by Mexico City's Human Rights Commission has found evidence of police brutality and arbitrary detentions during the violent protests during last Saturday's inauguration of President Enrique Peña Nieto. The ongoing investigation has identified at least 4 cases of possible torture, 3 of them involving electric shocks, as well as 22 cases of unjustified arrests among the 70 people still in jail in relation to the protests. Many of these face a preliminary charge of attacks against the public peace, which carries a long prison term. The important thing here is that the authorities provide convincing evidence that the people who are sanctioned were really involved in the events and that we don't see people criminalized who were protesting peacefully or, in some cases, not even participating in the protests, the head of the commission, Luis González Plachancha said. So, Lynch isn't taking a knee in protest of police brutality, or he would have never stood for Mexico's anthem. That can't be his issue, unless Mexican lives don't matter. Lynch chose to be willfully ignorant in so many ways. I'm sure that with his hate for Trump, he's well aware that Mexican citizens risk their lives to illegally flock to our country. So, he's showing more support for Mexico than his own country when many Mexicans would gladly trade him places. Can these athletes be any more foolish? There is absolutely no excuse for what Lynch did. The only thing he accomplished is a display of his complete ignorance. Hopefully, the NFL or the Raiders management will defend our flag and punish Lynch for being an embarrassment while he was representing our nation in another country. Lynch only succeeded in one thing, making it obvious why we shouldn't take these athletes or their protests seriously. What a joke. If Lynch loves Mexico so much, he's welcome to stay there. Plenty of Mexican citizens would gladly trade him places. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.